crazy, and we have the prescription for sanity.
We're live, Capo.
It's time to take your meds.
We got a good one today, man.
Audio meds.
It's your boy DJ Bobby Hustle.
Capo.
The Connects. We have a special guest on the line.
Super dope artist.
We're going to play some games. We're going to have some fun. First question. Who was the first rapper to turn actor? I was close on that one.
Audio meds. Take two and chill.
He already coming in with the bars.
Yo, what's up, my good people? It's your boy, DJ Bobby Hustle, and my guy,
Capo.
The Connects. Get ready to get your plug for $6,785,000.42 and 2 packs of Red Bulls. We got you covered. Today's going to be an awesome show. Yo, Capo, who we got today, bro?
Man, you already know, Bobby. I always get hype around now because it's no secret. We always have super dope guests on every dose of audio meds, and today is no different. Well, matter of fact, today's a little bit different because we have a hip-hop legend joining us. Let me put it this way: it's nothing but an honor to have this man here with us today because he's a pioneer for not only his city but the South in general, for putting the whole South underneath a national spotlight. All right, in a time when hip hop was dominated by gangster rap, pimping, and Miami bass, him and the rest of his group came out with conscious hip hop like the world had never heard before. All right, so we have to respect what this man is doing, what he's done, because his music is filled with nothing but content, messages, and meaning, and that's what I call food for the soul, or should I say soul food. I need everybody to make some noise for my man, the one, the only, the legendary Khujo from Goodie Mob.
Yo.
Hey, OG in the house.
Big blessing. Yes, sir, man. Hey, real quick, we want to thank you for taking the time to come and join us on the podcast, man. I mean, it's definitely an honor to have you and your presence here today, man.
Thanks for having me, man. You know, it's always a blessing, man, to be above the dirt, man, to share with people, man, what you've been doing for the rest of your life, man. And it's hip-hop is what I live, man, and what I've been doing, man. I'm always geared up, man, anything that's involving in that.
Man, that's
real
awesome,
shit,
man.
Real shit. Yeah, and you've done a lot for the culture, man, and still keep pushing the culture forward. A lot of people, a lot of stuff came to a halt when this pandemic hit, man. How have you been holding up on your side?
Man, we've been holding up great, man. I mean, this I guess so-called pandemic, man, had us in the lab, man. About 4 or 5 months, man. We jumped in there, man, got together, start putting some music together, man. So I just think that this COVID-19 had us to where, man, we had to buckle down, man, and start putting formulating new thoughts, man, and thinking about putting another album out, man. So, man, we've been, you know what I'm saying, the Most High been merciful to us, man. I can't complain.
Oh, man. Hey, man, that's beautiful, man. Shouts out to the Most High, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy, you know, like with everything going on in the pandemic, some people came up, you know, I hated looking at the pandemic. I don't know, some people didn't, but you know, that kind of brings me to our topic at hand for our rabbit hole. I don't know if you ever seen the show Khujo, but I'm gonna take you down a journey down the rabbit hole with me real quick.
Let go.
It's time to take a trip head first down the rabbit hole where you learn some shit you didn't even know. All right. So, like I said, I don't like to use the C word, conspiracy theorists. I just be reading between the lines and all kinds of stuff, you know, and I just be finding information out, you know. But with that being said, if you've seen the show before, you know we talk about a lot of crazy stuff on the rabbit hole. Well, today is a little bit different. You know, with the pandemic, like we were saying, some people came up, some people didn't, and people are trying to do what they can do to make a little extra money to make ends meet. Well, there's one company that's doing their part to help people make some extra money, and this company is called Sleep Standards. And then they are a mattress company, and they're offering couples an opportunity to try their mattress out and have sex on it and earn $3,000 just for having sex on their mattress and taking their study. So they're going to pay you to do what most of us already do for free anyway. So my question to you is, OG, say you and your significant other, y'all out Best Buy shopping for a washing machine, and the guy comes up, he's like, yo, we give you 50 bands to bank on this washing machine. What you going to do?
Damn. Dang. I might have to pass on that one.
Hey.
Folk might be recording your ass, man. Ain't no telling, man. Somebody might jump out the washing machine. TMZ might jump out on your ass. Ain't no telling, man.
Man,
Right,
well, they say it's a
right.
study. They're gonna document it. You can actually go on their site and see the
all over
couples.
the internet.
Yeah, right.
That'll be the worst 50 grand nigga ever got.
Hey, all money ain't good money, but all money good.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Wow. You were talking about being in the studio and possibly coming up with a new Goodie project.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, with this pandemic that went on, man, it forced people to, you know what I'm saying, go back into their man cave or their woman cave, to go back to the drawing board and just reevaluate things, man. So we just reevaluated things. It was like, man, it's time for another Goodie Mob album, because this is like our 25th year anniversary of Soul Food album. So we not only was gonna re-release the Soul Food album, so it would be only right that we put some new material with it. So we got in the lab with Organized Noise, man, and we just started banging stuff out, man, for about like 3 or 4 months, 5 months, man, and we came up with a masterpiece, man. I feel like this is another masterpiece.
Oh man, definitely.
Now, Khujo, I gotta give you a real quick story, man. Like, I grew up, I bounced around my whole life because my father was in the military.
Okay.
So I was living overseas in Seoul, Korea, and we had an interview with Daetuan Thomas of Vibe Magazine, the EIC of Vibe Magazine, and we were talking about some of our favorite hip hop moments. And one of mine, man, I was in Seoul, Korea on base. And we had, there's always kids coming from all different states and countries and stuff moving there. And a kid just moved there. He was a new kid. He sat right in front of me, and he had his Walkman on, and he was banging something. I was like, man, what is that? So I asked him at the end of class. I'm like, hey, bro, what were you listening to? And he's like, man, it's a group called Goodie Mob. He's like, and this tape, he pulled it out, and it had written on it in Sharpie, Soul Food. And I was like, yo, dog. So he let me listen to it at the end of class, and I'm bumping. I'm like, man, I need this tape. Let me take it. He wouldn't let me take it for shit. He had just moved from Atlanta, right? So he's like, nah, man. He's like, I can't let you have it. But later on in the week, he ended up dubbing me a copy. So I owe you $10, man.
Shouts out to the bootleggers.
But I just wanted to let you know how far your guys' reach were, and what the impact you guys were making all the way across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing, man, and what hip hop can do for the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an amazing. So I just had to tell you that. I said, if I ever get to talk to you one-on-one, man, I'm definitely telling you that story.
That's deep.
That might be somebody I know, man, because if he had the Soul Food written in Sharpie on it, that sound like one of my tapes I had around the crib a long time ago, man, before we even came out with the album. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was all good, man. We love, matter of fact, our first time going to Japan, it was like in 99, 2000. And we was visiting army bases. We was in Okinawa. Yeah. Man, it was so much love, man, from the people that was from the States, but they were stationed over in Japan, man. That was my first time ever going across seas.
Wow.
And just to see that those people, man, just was accepting us, man. We just blew us away, man.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And I mean, like I said, it was hard to get music back then. So the only way you could get it was when someone came from the States and brought it with them. So like that was like a diamond, man. Like, coming up with something like that was like, oh shit, we had the holy grail, you know.
Right.
You can't let it go, man.
And that was from the era when music. I don't want to say when music was good, but like when music was an experience. It was like you had a CD, you opened it up, you had the book, you used to go through the book, you hang them up on the wall, you had the CD books in the car, you have them stacked up nice and organized. It's like we used to really appreciate music so much more, man.
It was an experience, man, when you're able to physically touch that CD, or physically touch that album, or physically touch that cassette, and then you open it up, man, and then you got, like you said, you got the layout, you got the pictures, you got the thanks in there, you got all that good stuff, man. Hopefully we'll get back to that.
That's important, man. We need that. So one thing that I wanted to kind of speak on, man, is I was watching something and you said that music had saved your life at one point, that you feel like if it wasn't for music, you probably wouldn't be here today. What was some of the music that you were listening to at an early age that you feel helped influence your sound? Because it's like, there was a lot of, at the era you guys came out, like I said, there was a lot of gangster rap and shit like that, and you guys kind of came out and just did your own thing, you know what I'm saying, made your own lane and ran with it. But what was some of the influences that made you think so deep compared to maybe some of the other people that were out?
Man, I mean, like I love telling this story, man. I remember being in middle school, looking at movies like Beat Street, Crush Groove, I mean, stuff like that, man, breaking, and just really seeing what the hip hop art was all about, man. You know what I mean? You see the Fat Boys, you see Run DMC, LL Cool J, Curtis Blow, I mean, Houdini, you know what I'm saying? New Edition. So it was people like that, man, that kind of influenced me, because once I heard their music, man, I was just blown away, because I could actually see what they were saying while they was spitting the lyrics. I was like, man, I can see what they talking about. And then just really looking at those movies and hearing those MCs, man, and I just felt like, man, I could do it. Felt like this is something that I could do, man. And then it started from there, man. Then I started break dancing in middle school, and then I got to high school. Started getting with Gip. We had our own group called 6 Cents back in the days. So you know what I'm saying? I was highly influenced, man, by the brothers up in New York, man. I mean, Grandmaster Flash. I mean, just to name a few. And it was definitely some brothers down here in the South that influenced me too, man. Like Luke Skywalker. I mean, you got UGK, you got 666 Mafia. I mean, all those guys that are Ghetto Boys, so all those guys that already had been established. But I just think we was well-rounded, man, by listening to people from the East Coast and people from the West Coast. Like I said, NWA, E40, I mean, all those guys. So we was influenced by all the coasts. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of why our style was kind of well-rounded, man, because we was influenced by everybody. We was like the last coast to really get on the map, I think.
Yeah. So how do you feel about, like, with today's music, how there really isn't any coast or borders anymore? Like, you can almost, back in the days, you could tell when someone was from Cali or someone was from, Florida or New York, and it's like you got New York cats sound like they're from Atlanta, and you got, it's a big melting pot. You really can't tell the difference. How do you feel about that?
I mean, cause look, I can remember when I was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was being influenced by all these guys, man, you know what I mean? So I was sounding like I was from New York at one time. You know what I'm saying? I sound like I was from Cali at one time. You know what I mean? So until it just really came to a point to where, just find your own voice, find your own. But like I said, man, you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's how I started, man. I started emulating other MCs. You know what I mean? Trying to rap like Cube. You know what I mean? Trying to rap like Ice-T. You know what I mean? Trying to rap like anybody, man. I mean, UGK, and then formulate my own style, man. So that's kind of how I built my style. You know what I mean?
Right. It's kind of crazy, like, just hearing you talk. It's like you've had the opportunity to experience hip hop in all its evolutions, from the very beginning, watching it as a spectator, to being one of the biggest groups in the world, to, seeing it where it is right now with all these new guys, and seeing the technology change, seeing the sounds change. Man. So, like, one thing, let me ask you a question. So, like, with all that experience and seeing all that, with all this stuff changing, what's one thing that you can say has stayed the same in the game?
Man, the DJs.
Okay.
I think the DJs have stayed the same. I mean, even though the equipment the technology has gotten better, I think that the DJs have stayed the same, man. They always go in the club for one particular reason, man. That's to get people to forget about the trouble that they be in, and then to introduce you to new music that you ain't never heard before. new MCs, man. So yeah, I don't think it's changed with the DJs, man. They've still been that steadfast, pillar in hip hop culture, man, because you got to have them. You know what I mean? You got to have the DJs, man. Just like you got to have the MCs and the graffiti and the dancing, but without the DJs, you can't hear nothing.
Real shit.
Wow, that's deep.
That's real.
That's real deep. Shouts out to the DJs. Hey.
Yeah, shout out DJ Bobby Hustle. Right?
Hey, make me feel real good. But that's crazy, man.
We need them, man. We need them.
Everybody plays their role.
They be in the club late nights when you go home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. It's like
pushing the music.
DJs, I call them trap DJ that be in the strip club, man.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are some grueling ass hours, man. And then you gotta support your family too. So it's hard work, bro.
Man, you know what? I'm glad you acknowledged that, because like as a DJ myself, back when I was going to clubs every weekend, it would be crazy. Like all your homies would be there to get in, but when it's time to leave, ain't nobody to be found. It's like you lugging everything out.
You put your bag up, your equipment up, man. So
yeah,
man, that's tough. That's a tough job, bro. That's tough.
It is, man. But laptops made it better. Shouts out to Serato. Yeah, man.
No more hauling all that vinyl in the club, man.
Right.
Hey.
Yep. So and speaking with like, you know, how things have changed and new generation and all this stuff, do you feel like the newer generation gives you and Goodie Mob the respect that you guys feel like, or that you guys deserve?
Well, you know, I gotta put it in perspective that maybe some of them never heard of Goodie Mob before. You know what I mean? It's like some of these new artists I hadn't heard of before. You know what I mean? So I just think it's about being educated. You know what I mean? Not having any age boundaries. You know what I mean? Because like in rock and roll, there's no age boundary in rock and roll. You know what I mean? So I just think that it should be the same. It should be the same with hip hop too, man. Because we should embrace the youth, and the youth should embrace the elders. You know what I mean? That way we can keep the culture diverse and keep it fresh. You know what I mean? So I think if we can pass that type of baton to the next generation, man, you know, then we'll be able to know who our elders are. You know what I mean? I doubt if some of these young brothers even heard of James Brown before.
Right.
That's sad. That's sad.
That James Brown was from Augusta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Or Little Richard was from Georgia. Or Otis Redding was from Georgia. You know what I mean? So those are the type of things that MC from Georgia can put up under his wing and be proud. Be like, man, I'm from Georgia, and these boys from Georgia too. You know what I mean? So it's about educating yourself too, man. Educating the youth too, man. While we making all these millions of dollars by being educated too.
Right.
Real shit.
And it's like, I'm glad you said that, because like we was having this conversation with another guest about the age boundaries in hip hop versus other genres that don't have it. But you know, it's I think we're getting to a point now where a lot of the big names are getting older, but are still doing what they do and are dope. You know, and I just think it's all about who you are talking to with your message. It's like, if you know, at your age that you are, whatever, you're not trying to be doing what the kids are doing. You're talking to people who grew up with you and respect you and want to hear what you got to say, because we're going through the same thing. So all you got to do is just be yourself and don't try to be the new next thing. Just keep doing you.
Yeah.
You know?
And not only that is the game needs OGs, man. We need that knowledge and that guidance, man. The game has missed a lot of that in the past. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of people didn't really do that or reach back to the younger generation, and it was kind of overlooked. So, you know, hats off to you guys for doing that,
Shouts
man.
out, man. Shouts out.
I'm just honored, man. We took the stand to what we when we started out with, man, because we could have been definitely talking about other things. You know what I mean? Because our record label used to come to us and be like, man, you guys don't go party, you guys don't have a good time. I mean, almost like, what the hell wrong with y'all? It's like, well, hey man, you know, we do all that stuff, but we just choose not to talk about it in our lyrics right at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real. And there has to be a good balance, and I think you guys had a pretty good balance, man. And I mean, but honestly, man, just from my personal opinion, I feel like I feel like there was more depth to your guys' music than what a lot of these artists have nowadays. I feel like a lot of the music nowadays is just kind of shallow, and it's just putting words together that rhyme over really good beats. And you know, there are artists that are doing what you guys did, and they kind of followed in your footsteps, but there was more of them back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I can't fault any MC, man, for having a good time. You know what I mean? Because we definitely was having a good time, man, when we was coming out. It was just that it was time for Goodie Mob to make a stand for Atlanta, Georgia. And we couldn't stand on some stuff that other motherfucker was talking about. So we had to carve our own lane. That's what we came out with Cell Therapy. You know what I mean? Not saying that all our album was about the New World Order, but it was just letting people know that, man, you know, some boys down here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the South too, you know, we read and we educated too, and we know how to relay a message also. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You know what's so crazy? I was just thinking of that record.
Cell Therapy,
the Cell Therapy. So all these years, I just had one question about that record. Where does that name come from? Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm stupid. So, because I don't know who said peeping in the window.
No, Cell Therapy came from this is when we were still looking at VHS tapes. Mm-hmm. It was a girl, a friend of mine. She was a girl, and I was over her crib, and I think I had to go to the studio that night, and I was touching up some raps or whatever, and she just put the tape in, and I seen this brother. He was locked up in a cell, and he was saying that that was his cell therapy. Mm-hmm. He had he would look out a window. He had like four walls. He had like a book, a toilet stool, and maybe something else in there. But that was his cell therapy. And I was like, wow, that is a great idea, man. So that's what we called that song, Cell Therapy. Okay. And the hook, the who's that peeking in my window pile, that came from a lumberjack vibe that was aged in oak, man, for years. So that was a vibe that been out there for years. And it was just time for the surface with the Cell Therapy.
Okay. So that's a classic record, good classic record. So we got some new music. So we got this record that you sent us. You know, it's called Are You Ready? You know what I'm saying? I had a chance to check it out. I'm loving it. I'm loving where you're going with it. I love the sound, and it's a big, gigantic record. So before we play it for the people who haven't heard it, how did you come up with the magic? I mean, you got some heavy hitters on there, some legends on there. So like, how did that come about?
Man, okay, well, Organized Noise, they sent us some tracks, right? And so what we do is we just vibe on it. So if anybody come up with like a verse or with a hook, you know, we let everybody hear it. So CeeLo was the first one to do his verse. So I was like, damn. And then I heard the track. Sleepy Brown did the track. I was like, damn, that's hard. And then once CeeLo laid his verse, I was like, man, that shit have got some momentum on it. And then he had like a little idea in the hook, like, are you ready? And I was like, man, Chuck D sound good on this, man. Got to get him on this, man. So long story short, man, I was able to get in touch with him. And I was like, Chuck, man, I need your voice on this song, man. I mean, man, you'll sound great on it, man. He's like, well, you know, Khujo, you need to go ahead and get it to me, man, because I'm about to get ready to go under the grid. I was like, under the grid? I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't know if he was going out the state or out the country or whatever. So I was like, yeah, Chuck, man, just whatever you want to say, man. I just want your voice. He's like, no, Khujo, no, you write what you want me to say. You write it. I was like, wow, the OG asked me to write him something, man. So, man, I was, man, honored, man, to be able to like that. Chuck D, man, he's like the forefather of his conscious rap during my age. You know what I'm saying? During the 90s. So yeah, he was the first I kind of seen, you know what I'm saying, on the scene with the pro-black man in the consciousness, man. So I always was Cube and Chuck D was always my two favorite, man.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, without further ado, new music, Goodie Mob, Khujo Goodie.
Call it ATL South in the whole entire world. Get up, get into it, Goodie Mob. Looks like a job for a Goodie Mob. Let's work.
Stranded in the middle of harm's way, where all of the guns play. The fatherhood affects the feng shui. The pastor prays for Harambe before every urbanite is underneath the ash that's Bombay. Look what they've done to us, far beyond music. Jesus could have been John Lewis, but I can't prove it. But I can be the conduit.
ready cause their minds ain't right. They don't walk by faith, man, they walk by sight. They die by the knife cause they live by the sword. They don't give a damn about building up the more. Ready for whatever program for destruction. Hard head, stiff neck, won't learn instructions. Can't be a king with your pants on the ground. Can't be a queen trapping ass round town. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. 13 colonies founded by maces. Chasing nightmares disguised as wet dreams. Don't hold your breath, waiting on freedom to ring. You want reparations from your slave master. Everything good until you wanna buy Alaska. Ask about all the gold that they stole. How dare you put a price tag on my black soul?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Goodie Mob organized noise. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Goodie Mob ready.
On top of the game, deliver the same, forever the same. It's simple and plain, like Mary to Jane, avoiding the pain, like yin and yang, and Jordan the Haynes. You're giving me brains and teaching me claim. The victory aim, the pistol.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's got some energy.
That's the organized noise, man, and Goodie Mob, man. That's the formula, man.
That is the formula.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so necessary right now, man. That shit is so necessary. Can I just point out the line you said? What did you say? Chasing wet. What was it? Nightmares and wet dreams.
Guys, it's wet dreams. Don't hold your breath, waiting on freedom to ring.
Nightmares disguised as wet dreams. That's
Ooh.
That's real life.
Disguised as wet dreams.
Yeah, that's real life, man.
Man, see, New York set the precedence. You know what I'm saying? You got to have lyrics. You got to have lyrics. So that was our main thing, man, when we dropped our first album, man. So it's like, hey, we got to let New York, man, up top, man, know that, man, we got some down here in the bottom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to put something in that music, man, to make it last for 25 years, man. So what other than to put some truth in that thing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. So Khujo, so like you giant group, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you've toured the world, you've done all kind of stuff, you've done tons of records, Billboard, millions of dollars, all that stuff. So like now as a grown man outside of the music, looking back at your career and your music, what was the most pivotal moment of all that right now that you'll never forget, that you'll tell your grandkids at your dying bed?
Oh man, the thing that not to sell your publishing, bro. Not your publishing, man. Goodie Mob, we never sold our publishing before, so it's like we have retirement for our children and our grandchildren. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
I always advise any artist out there, don't sell your publishing, man. Keep your publishing as long as you can. Look, L.A. Reid just sold his. He just sold his whole catalog, but he done had that catalog for years. So he finally just cashed
his chips in.
Hey, so it's
that's
like,
a beautiful
man,
thing.
Argue with, man, later on in life. You feel me?
That's right. Generational wealth. That's what you guys built, man. That's beautiful.
Man, I respect that like a mug, man. Yeah. You got some knowledge, man. That's the smartest thing I done heard in a while. Like all week, you know what I mean? So it's like
I know where this is going.
Oh, you already.
That's something that Timo always pride himself on. When somebody asks Timo, like, man, look, what is the best advice that you done got in life with this music industry? And I'm like, bro, you so right, man. Because right now, if you were to sell that publishing, man, you wouldn't get nothing in the mail until you recoup all that bread. So if you just sold your publishing for 2 or 3 million, I mean, if you got hits, you can grab that back. But anything that, man, keep your publishing, man. That's your retirement, bro.
Real shit.
Okay. Well, with that being said, you got this knowledge. You a smart man. You dropping these jewels. If you've seen the show, I think it's time to play the game.
Let's go.
That's right. It's time for Street Smarts Trivia Game with your hosts, DJ Bobby Hustle and Cabo the Connect. Guaranteed to get the plug.
All right. So if you've seen the show before, this is the part where we play the game. We're going to do a little bit of Street Smarts Trivia. All we're going to do is ask you a question. You just got to give us an answer.
All right.
Easy as that.
All right. Hip-hop history. First one. Who was the first rap group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Was it Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Run DMC, or the Beastie Boys?
I got to say Run.
Say who?
Run DMC.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was Grandmaster Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. It was 2007. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna give you another chance to do yourself.
That's actually the order that they were all inducted. It was Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, then Beastie Boys.
But it's all good. It's all good. We ain't gonna take your car. Capo, I think that's your favorite category.
Man, who said that shit?
So we about to read your song lyric. Just tell us who said that shit.
All right.
Now, I done whipped out my Borelli, flying through your Pelly, and some smelly red jelly is dripping out of your belly. Served them like a deli, jumped on my cellular telly. Who said that shit?
That's Bun B, UGK.
Final answer?
Yes, sir.
It was Bun B and UGK. Hey, you know what? That's my absolute favorite song in the world.
Yeah, I know that one.
You gotta know that one. Whoever, I'm sorry, man, but whoever Marcus is, go have a sweet and a smile and sit your ass down.
Hey, that's one of the hardest verses in hip hop history, man. One of the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those two boys, the definitely lyrical kings, man.
Yeah, definitely. Much props for them. So, got another one for you. We all grew up watching hood classics. So I'm gonna play you a movie clip. Just tell me what movie it is. You ready?
There you go.
Now this is what you call a hood classic.
Showing up.
Am I the prettiest?
Showing up.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Showing up.
Well, who am I?
Showing up.
Who am I?
What movie is that?
That the last dragon?
I don't know. Is it your final answer?
No. I know that's goddamn show enough.
What's the name of the movie?
That's your final answer?
Damn. That's my final answer. Shit.
Showing up.
Am I the prettiest?
Showing up.
He had lace fronts and perms before it was a thing. Good
He went
job.
with his gut.
You got to stick with your gut, man. All right, man. We got.
Got to.
All right, we got one more for you.
Excuse me, I'm gonna need to see some identification.
This is called ID check. We're gonna read your government name. Just tell us who it is. My government name is Richard Stephen Shaw. Am I Rich Boy, B, Juvenile, or C, Bushwick Bill?
I'm gonna say Juvenile.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It was Bushwick Bill!
Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill.
R.I.P.
Never knew his real name. God damn.
That's one of the hardest ones.
Yeah. It's all good. We got another round for you coming up down the road, so we're going to give you a chance. Yeah, it's all good. Oh.
I didn't be wrong.
Okay.
No, you good.
My bad.
No, you good, man. You good, man. You OG. But yeah, like I said, we got another round coming up, man. You know, you got 2 out of 4. That's 50-50. You know, you can live, you can die. I mean, that's life.
That's the
definition of life right there. 50-50, right?
Right. Flip that coin.
So Khujo.
I ain't going to the studio, man. I'm just chilling right now.
Okay,
you know what? I was
Buster.
just when we came in, I was gonna say that looks like Stankonia, man. So that's super dope, man. Real quick, man. I have to ask you. This is gonna. I know it's gonna be a hard question, man. But for your personal point of view, man, what would you say is your favorite Goodie Mob record?
My favorite Goodie Mob record. My favorite Goodie Mob record, man, it's got to be Soul Food, man. Cause man, talk about eating, man, boy, and it's like that first tour we went on Soul Food, man. We ate so much soul food, man. every venue we was in, they had macaroni and cheese, they had collard greens, they had chicken, man. It was it was out of control, man. Yeah, soul food. I got to say soul food, man, because we pride ourselves in being like four basic foods. You know what I mean? Like Timo was the bread on the plate. Big Gip was the vegetables on the plate. I was the meat, and CeeLo was the water to wash everything down. So that was kind of like our little take on how we would explain on like who we were and why we chose soul food and all that. So yeah, soul food had to be one of my favorite, man, because it was actually talking about food, man. Every time I hear that song, man, it made me hungry.
Real talk. So let me ask you this. So like, soul food was a big record, been all over the world. What was that moment when you was like, "Mama, we made it"?
When we did a song for our mama called like "Guess Who," when we did a song dedicated to our mothers, and then when we actually did like a magazine spread when they had all four of our mothers and they had us with our mama. So that had to be one of the memorable moments in my life, because man, we had all our mothers there, man, and we took pictures and everything, man. So that was giving thanks to your mom, because you don't see rappers doing that anymore, especially back in that time. The only person that was doing it like that was Tupac with
Dear Mama.
Mama, yeah,
big record.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you mentioned you say that was the biggest moment, but you've had huge moments, and you mentioned Tupac, and you guys were actually in the studio with Pac, and he even said something about wanting to be a member of Goodie Mob, right? And so what was that like for you guys? I mean, like seeing the legendary Pac in his element creating music, and just, I mean, did you feed off that energy at all?
Man, that was so awesome, man. The thing about it is that like Timo had a real good relationship with Pop, because Timo knew his sister. So that day we was out in California, and we had got invited to the studio. So man, time we walked, and that's what you see on YouTube now, man. Time we walked in, he was in the booth. He was like, "Oh shit, man, Goodie Mob in the house, man. Hey man, get them niggas whatever they want, man." And it was on the song called "The Good Life," where you can hear it in the background saying, "Come on, niggas, Goodie Mob in the house." That day, man, I thought we was gonna be rapping, man. I thought we was gonna be putting some shit down that day and everything, man. I was a little disappointed, man. But to hear that he wanted to be a part of Goodie Mob, man, I was like, wow, man. I mean, Tupac, Goodie Mob, man. Oh man, you know what's gonna happen, man. Because he was starting to get on his conscious shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, when he first came out, he was really political and conscious driven, and then after all the shit that he went through and getting locked up, I think he kind of thought that was his only way to to start. I guess he figured out the formula on how to get big. You know what I'm saying? And teaming up with Suge Knight, like that. That was I mean, you know better than I do, but I mean, you watched it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's gotta be crazy. But I mean, speaking of famous people and legends, there was a video that you guys had, They Don't Dance No More, and in the beginning of the video, John Witherspoon was in there.
John Witherspoon was in the video. Ain't that something, man?
R.I.P.
Did you get to meet him?
Yeah, we got a chance to meet him, man. That's the thing about shooting videos in California at that time, man. I mean, all you had to do was come up with a name of who you wanted to in your video, man, and they can make it happen. Like that They Don't Dance No More video, I was like, okay, well, shit, I want a tank in the video. Okay, bam. Shit, I said, okay, well, I want my face to look like Terminator, man. Like, bam. I'm like, oh man, what can't y'all motherfuckers do out here? Man,
and then you seen the bill for it, and you're like, oh shit. The tank cost that much?
Right.
Man, I mean, well, hey, that was an expensive video.
Right. Right. I was about to say, because that was the era of $4 million and $5 million videos. Like that was totally different. Now you can run out there with your iPhone and look like it's on TV.
Right. That could in a $500 to $1,000, $1 million video right there.
Yeah.
But that lets you know label. we went gold. You know what I mean? So we definitely got that fed back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that was a different type of gold. That wasn't the same type of gold. Now you can go gold off of some downloads that you don't even. That was like people paid $12.
It's so rigged now, man. I see people got how you get 1 billion streams?
With a B.
1 billion?
5 billion. Wow. I want to be like I grow up 1 billion.
Right.
Right, it's happening though.
Yeah, it's happening.
But that's the thing. Is like back then. I mean, it was really selling records. It was touring and merch. And that's one thing. Like speaking of merch, man. Like I'm looking at your shirt. Isn't that a piece of your merch that you're pushing?
Yeah, man. It's this that ATL gas shirt, man. And I've noticed, man, like we was kind of late on the branding thing, man, when we first came out, cause we was all about thinking about, man, rapping, man, lyrically, man, having motherfuckers accept us, and you know what I mean. That's what we was kind of like focusing on. But as far as the branding thing, man, that shit was like we weren't even really thinking about that. But little did we know, motherfuckers like Snoop Dogg and NWA and UGK, them boys was branding. So I just got to the point to where, and then it got to the point where people were calling me Gip, and people were calling me T-Mo, and people were calling me CeeLo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, I need to make me a shirt with my damn name on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Started from there, and then just, you know what I'm saying, just really like messing with images and coming up with cool, you know what I'm saying, cool shit, man. And then it goes from there. You know what I mean?
Right, right. But see, that's crazy that you said branding, because like that's a huge thing that like people see as a norm now. But like in that era, it's like you like you said, you didn't care about that. It was all about making music, and that's what the label did. You know what I mean? But it was those people that we see now that are megas. They knew that from the beginning, and it's like, you know, that's another nugget that you got, you know, from your experience.
Yeah, bro. And branding is important, man, because like I say, man, you could turn this stuff like Firefighter List. That's the name of my merch. It's called Firefighter List merch. Now, Firefighter List came from a song that I did in 1999 on the World Party album called Firefighter List. Mm-hmm. And so I built that from 1999, and now here it is, 26 years later. I'm still building. I got, you know what I'm saying, I got 4 sons, man. They helped me with it, so I showed them how to do business. I showed them how to, you know what I'm saying, customer service. Man, it's all about, man, getting up early, man, making things happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, just each one teach one, man.
Man, each one teach one. That's how it should always be from every generation, by pushing and sending that wisdom down, you know, and sharing the smarts that you have. You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going with this. So I think it's time for that round 2. So if you've seen the show before, you know it's...
That's right, it's time for Street Smarts Trivia Game with your host, DJ Bobby Hustle and Capo the Connect. Guaranteed to get your plug.
All right. So, okay, Khujo, I'm fucking with you, man. You OG, man. Nothing but respect. You 50-50, though. You know.
Okay.
You right there. We ain't gonna pull your card just yet. We're gonna give you a chance to redeem yourself. All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna do a little hip-hop trivia, you know, with a little Street Smarts trivia. The first thing we're gonna do is hip-hop history. Here we go.
All right.
Who wrote Teddy Riley's rap in the Rex and Effects Rump Shaker song? Was it A, Ice Cube, B, Pharrell Williams, or C, Jay-Z?
I'm gonna say Ice Cube.
Final answer.
I'm gonna go with Ice Cube.
It was Pharrell! He did it as a teenager in 1992. They brought him in the studio to help out. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. You know.
Didn't know that one.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay.
A lot of people thought he produced it, but you know, Cube was writing for a ton of people, man.
Yes, he was.
That sound like Cube. Rumps in the bumps. I mean, that's like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you know, Cube started going with we be clubbing. You remember he started
Yeah,
going
that
that
was
way.
that joint. That was that joint. Yeah.
And it
Okay.
fit in with that. Yep.
Yeah. Capo, I think this is your favorite category.
Man, who said that shit?
We're gonna read you a song lyric. Just tell us who said that shit. Here we go. A street kid gets arrested, gonna do some time. He got out 3 years from now just to commit more crime. A businessman is caught with 24 kilos. He's out on bail and out of jail, and that's the way it goes. Who said that shit? You know this song. You came up. This is one of your favorite artists coming up.
He's like, oh, I know it. It's right there.
You even said their name.
Dang. Yeah. Damn.
Isn't it funny how when you're put on the spot, it's like, oh.
Damn. I know I fucked that one up, boy.
Okay, give up. It was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 White Lines.
Take 2 and call me in the morning.
It's all right. It's all right. You still got a chance to redeem yourself. Still got a chance to redeem yourself. All right. So.
Oh, White Lines, one of the songs I didn't like.
That was the one you always skip. You always skip that one.
That's why you didn't know it.
Right. Okay. I get it. You know, we all grew up watching hood classics, so we're gonna play your movie clip. All you gotta do is tell us what movie it is.
All right.
Now this is what you call a hood classic.
Now she wasn't doing it like that before you went to the war, now was she? Now you getting all that good loving. And you can't even put food on your fucking table. Come on, Santa Claus. Open your mouth and suck this. Come on, I got a present for you. Suck it! Suck it, nigga! Kill me, motherfucker. Shoot.
Who said that? What movie's that?
Damn, I'm gonna just take a wild guess on that motherfucker. I ain't even remember hearing that shit. Was that the Mac?
You said what?
Was that the Mac?
The Mac?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Now she wasn't doing it like that before you went to the war, now was she?
Clifton Powell, Lorenz Tate, man.
Right?
Oh, it's okay.
Take 2 and call me in the morning.
You know, a lot of people, they be sleeping on Clifton Powell, but he stayed working, man. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He a fool. He a fool. He is a fool.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, we got last one right here. Come on, you gotta do this.
Excuse me, I'm gonna need to see some identification.
This is ID check. We're gonna read your government name. Just tell us who it is. My government name is Premo Vanzeleri Smith. Am I Styles P, Prodigy, or 8 Ball?
Real. What was the choices again? Give me the choices again. Let me see the choices.
Styles P,
Okay.
Prodigy, or 8 Ball?
I'm gonna
Say
say
what?
8 balls.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It's 8 Ball! He came through on the home. He came through. He said, hold on, not yet. Not yet.
Wow.
Was that a guess? Or you knew that?
Wild guess, man. I knew it wasn't Styles P. I was like, nah, it can't be Styles P. I'm like, Prodigy, no. 8 Ball.
What'd you say, Capo? Let me find out 8 Ball Italian.
Let's find out 8 Ball's got an Italian name. He's part Italian or something.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Well, man, we appreciate you playing, man. But, you know, I mean, you did your thing. You missed a couple. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That shit didn't even happen. What game? What streets? That shit didn't even happen,
Exactly.
man. I don't know
That
about
didn't
this
even
shit. That shit didn't even happen.
But Khujo, man, you were talking about the new Goodie album and working on all this music and creating but right now you've got something out called Feed the Lions Volume 2, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure, man. Feed the Lions, man, is where I share my platform with independent artists. You feel what I'm saying? So when I drop a volume, I also put a song on there also. And I allow independent artists to share my medium, you know what I'm saying? Share my platform. And with this last one I put out, I got some real boss independent artists on here, man, like Word Smith. And I also got a song on there with Big Rube. I got on there. Her name is D Galaxy. She's doing her thing with Lord knows. Lingo Live doing his thing on there. I got a song on there called Curse by WBG, man. I mean, it's some man, it's talent that's out here, man. And I want to keep the volumes up, man. So I got volume 3 gonna be coming out real soon.
Okay.
That's what's up, man.
All right, shouts out to that work.
Yeah. I mean, especially for giving independent artists that lane, man. Like, you know, a lot of the established artists you really don't look back or reach out to the artists that are coming up, even though they struggled themselves to get in that position. So to understand what artists are going through and to reach back, man, hats off to you for that, man. That takes a big person, man.
Hey, man,
I understand it, man. Cause I'm doing that shit.
Yeah.
Ice Cube and you know what I'm saying, Public Enemy, Cypress Hill, and Naughty by Nature. So I'm just giving these independent artists a chance to do that same thing, man. You know what I mean? So big up to all the independent artists out there, man. Y'all give me a holler, man. I'm at Khujo Goodie Presents at gmail.com, man. Let's link up.
Hey,
hell yeah.
Hey,
That's
you
what's
heard
up,
that?
man.
He dropped the email. Woo, you better rewind it and write it down. Slow it down.
Right. That's it. Pause. Yeah. So I mean, man, with all that, with all your accomplishments, and you talked about, you know, the big moment with your mom and everybody coming together with your mom, but another big moment, you guys got your own day.
Oh man, that's boss, man. Actually, we got 2 days.
Oh shit.
We got a day in July, the 26th in East Point is Goodie Mob. And then we got August 19th in Atlanta, which is Goodie Mob Day. So hopefully, man, next year, man, we'll have some activities going on for both of those days.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's lit, man.
Yeah.
You all ready? Okay.
All right. Yeah, man. So, man, the trivia, we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But before you get out here, I know you got to run. You got bags to get to. I'm gonna put you in the hot seat real quick, man. You ready for this hot seat? Here we go.
Yeah, come on.
Ooh, that's gotta burn.
All right. All right. So what this is gonna be a rapid fire. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. I'm gonna give you 2 options. Just say one or the other. Don't say both. Don't say neither. Just say one or the other, and don't even think about it. You ready? Light liquor, dark liquor.
Light.
Big booty, little booty.
Big.
Hit 'em up or no Vaseline this.
No Vaseline.
Fresh Prince or Martin.
Martin.
50,000 up front or 50% publishing.
50% publishing.
10 $20 bills or 6 $50 bills.
Give me 6 50s.
Buy a new house or start a new business.
Start a new business.
Cash out or reinvest.
Reinvest.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, Khujo, we appreciate you coming on and taking this time to come rock with us, man. It really means a lot. You know, with everything that's done in the past, like me and Bobby both were talking, man. It's like we grew up listening to you guys, and from afar, you guys played a teacher to us, man. So
Yes.
we really appreciate everything you've done for the culture, and you continue to do. And as long as you keep doing dope shit, we will continue to support, man. Thank you again for coming on Audio Meds.
Appreciate Audio Meds, man. It's all wood, man. Anytime, man. Y'all pick up my new album too, man. It's called Echoes of a Legend, man. So check that one out, man. I got Be Real on there with me. I got Big Mike on there. I got the Outlaws. I got Goodie Mob on there, man. So check me out. You get a chance.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's out right now.
Yeah, that's out right now. I dropped that before I did the volume 2, Defeat the Lions.
Look at that. I gotta get caught up, man. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, let me know what you think, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go stream that shit right now. Is that the one with Daz?
Yes, Daz is on there too. I forgot.
Okay, yeah. So I did hear pieces of it. I'm gonna go dig in all the way, man. So once again, we appreciate it, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Till the next time, once again, man, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Stay medicated.
Stay medicated. Hey. Yo, man, that was awesome, man. I can't even lie. It's like, that's one of the groups that helped shape me, you know what I mean? To have an OG on the call like that, bro, that was big. That was big.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Like I said, bro, you know, I grew up listening to Goodie Mob. I know you did.
Mm-hmm.
We each have our own stories about how they influenced us and what they've done for the culture. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we could probably sit here and debate our favorite Goodie Mob song, you know what I'm saying, and go into that shit for hours, or who had the best verse on what. You know what I'm saying? So that shit meant a lot to us, man. So shout out to everybody that rocks with the culture and fucking rocks with Goodie Mob.
Man, shout out to Goodie Mob. One good time, man. And you know what? It's that time of the show where you actually close out this window, go to YouTube, type in youtube.com/Audio Meds Podcast. Go there, click that big button that says subscribe, ding that little bell, become on the team, and you might get a free t-shirt, you might get some free merch. What else we got for them, Capo?
Well, shit, you said the free t-shirt, man. All they got to do is come on to our IG Live, answer some of the trivia questions. If they get it right, we're going to randomly pick a person to give them some free merch, man. So, shit, tune in.
Tune in. And you see how we did it this time. Next show, man, you ain't going to believe who we got for next week.
That's right.
Hey, Capo.
Wait till they see.
Wait till they see. But
The world has gone crazy, and we have the prescription for sanity.
we're live, Capo.
It's time to take your meds.
We got a good one today, man.
Audio Meds.
It's your boy DJ Bobby Hustle,
Uh-oh.
the Connectors. We have a special guest on the line.
Super dope artist.
We're going to play some games, we're going to have some fun.
Oh.
First question. Who was the first rapper to turn actor?
I was close on that one.
Audio Meds. Take two and chill.
He already coming in with the bars.
Call me in the morning.